Hi and welcome to this video, which is part of a tutorial series on how to configure LTTng. LTTng is the next generation Linux tracer, and more information about its features can be found on the LTTng website. In this tutorial, I'll go over how to create and read a trace file using the LTTng command line tools. Before you start this tutorial, you should have a working installation of the latest version of LTTng. We covered how to install LTTng in our previous tutorials. This video is done on a default installation of Ubuntu 12.04. The first step is to check whether you have the required privileges to access the session daemon. If you want to go further than tracing the user space, then you will require root privileges to run LTTng. By convention, you could run LTTng as a root user, but LTTng provides a tracing group whose members can access the root session daemon. In my terminal, I'll use the usermod command to add my username to the tracing group. Group permissions are only applied upon login, so we'll use the switch user command to update the group permissions. Once we get the tracing privileges, we'll want to establish a connection with the session daemon. We can do this by creating a tracing session. A tracing session can be customized to define how LTTng will handle recorded information. It is designed so you can run several tracing sessions on one computer, while each has its own configuration. LTTng provides the create command to create a tracing session. I'll call mine my session. By default, traces will be written under your home directory. One component of a tracing session is a set of channels. Channels control the buffers in which recorded events are stored. Each event type can be assigned to a channel, and as a result, every record of this type of event will be stored in the specified channel. Channels are used to group event types or set them apart for better classification. Each channel has its own buffer size. Such settings can be set with the enable channel command. By default, all event types are assigned to one channel, which is created upon creating your tracing session. While tracing, you may want to record only a specific set of events rather than all available tracing options of the kernel. You can choose which events you want to record with the enable event command. For instance, if I would only want to record when the schedule function does a context switch, then I would only enable this particular event. Available events to record can be listed with the LTTng list command, but in this case I'll choose to enable all available events in the kernel. After LTTng is set up for tracing, I can now start my trace using the LTTng start command. We'll let the system generate some activity. I'll type the LTTng stop command. The trace log can be viewed using the LTTng view command, which by default is calling Babel trace. Babel trace can also be used for further processing of the trace log, but you will need to specify the trace path. After I finish tracing, I'll have to end my tracing session with the LTTng destroy command. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.